Welcome to the series where I test out money-making methods from the OSRS Wiki. Feel free to leave suggestions on which moneymaker you'd like to see next. And also, if you didn't already know, I have a nice playlist that I've created that has all of the previous moneymakers that I've already tried, so go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's video, I thought we'd do something pretty unique and go ahead and buy some monkey nuts for 1 hour. When I saw this suggestion in the comments, I couldn't help but think that it was similar to the flax picking video or the collecting ashes video, but upon further inspection, I saw that it's actually a pretty decent moneymaker. Now, you do need to have Monkey Madness 2 completed to do this, but besides that, and some gold, you can start right away. You actually get access to the shop that we are going to be buying monkey nuts from in Monkey Madness 1, but if you want to speed this up and maximize the profit per hour, you're going to need access to the bank that is right next to it, which does need the Monkey Madness 2 quest. There's really two methods that you can do for this moneymaker, and I will explain them later on in the video and why I chose the one that I did. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into the gear setup. So for the gear setup, you want to be as light as possible. So I am wearing the full Graceful's outfit with the max cape because it acts as a graceful cape. It also has a helpful ability that lets me use a stamina boost once per day. That comes from the agility cape, and basically it'll just put my stamina back to 100 and it'll act as a stamina potion so that the stamina depletes at a slower rate. I'm also bringing my Explorer's Ring 4 because that also gives me 3 stamina boosts per day, so that'll come in handy since we will be doing a lot of running around during this 1 hour. And besides that, I am also bringing a cash stack. Right now I just brought 1 mil. I'm pretty sure that I won't be using more than 1 mil throughout this one video, but I just wanted to be safe. And it really doesn't even matter because later on in the video I'm going to be having my entire cash stack in the inventory because of the bank fillers situation, which I will explain shortly. As for getting to this location that I am currently at, you can use the Apatol teleport that is on the standard spellbook, which requires 2 fire runes, 2 water runes, and 2 law runes, and of course the banana. It'll teleport you to this spot right here, and we are right next to the shop and bank. Now you can also use the teleport tablet of Apatol to get here, but it'll teleport you to a very different place. It'll teleport you to a dungeon that is actually outside these walls. And the reason I'm explaining this is because one of the methods of buying the monkey nuts is actually going to be using teleportation methods. So you want to make sure that you use the one that is on the standard spellbook and not the one that is on the Arceus. So as for some helpful plugins that I used during this video, I used the screen markers plugin to mark where the monkey nuts are, and I also put a screen marker on the deposit inventory button just so I could speed things up quite a bit. Originally, I was going to put a screen marker on the buy 50 option on the monkey nuts, but depending on where you right click on the monkey nuts, that option will be in different places. So if you're managing to click the same spot every single time, then it might actually be worth marking that option instead. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in some bank fillers in the bank. As you can see, I've already withdrawn the entire cash stack and got rid of the placeholder so that whenever we deposit our inventory, the coin stack does not go into the bank. The only thing that will be going into the bank is the monkey nuts, and we also have the stamina potions at the bottom right close to the deposit inventory button for quick and easy banking. And with all of those things being set up, we can now get into the 1 hour of buying monkey nuts. Now the person who suggested this moneymaker did say that it probably wasn't going to be very fun, and I'd say that they were pretty spot on. It's not the, most fun piece of content that I've done, but at least we're getting rewarded for it. It could be worse. It could be like the picking flax video or the collecting ashes video where it was not very fun either, and we did not get paid anything to do that. But this one, we stand to make at least half a mil, so that kind of makes it worth it. Now, earlier in the video, I did explain that there will be 2 different methods that you could possibly use to do this money making method. The first one is the one that I'm using, which is just to use the stamina potions to keep our run energy high at all times. If you don't feel like using stamina potions and you have access to an Apatol teleport in your house, you can go ahead and use the pool in your house to regenerate your stamina and then just teleport back here with the Apatol teleport and do it that way. Now, you'll save money because you won't have to spend money on the stamina potions, but ultimately, I think you will be losing out on monkey nuts that you could have bought if you had just started using the stamina potions. So I think it's less money per hour, but not too sure. And of course, it also requires you to have your own pool and a patrol teleport in your house. So that might actually be higher requirements than just using stamina potions. Now, I was considering using this option when I first started the video because I do have the max cape, which gives me unlimited free teleports to my POH, and then I could just use the free teleport to a patrol that is in the portal nexus in my home. But I thought that I would make more money if I just kept running with the stamina potions instead of wasting time teleporting, drinking from the pool, and then running back here. If you don't have a construction cape, then it probably isn't even worth it because you would still have to spend money on the runes to teleport here or the teleport to house tablets. Now, normally whenever I make these types of videos, I tend to put everything in the last tab that I'll be needing for it, such as the stamina potions and the monkey nuts. You'll see that they are in the last tab, but what I found out quickly with this moneymaker is that it requires a lot of hopping around through the worlds, and whenever you do that, it resets the bank tab that you had opened in your bank. So one tip that I'd highly suggest doing before trying out this moneymaker is to move the stamina potions over to the main tab so that you don't have to go back and forth between them. The monkey nuts shop only has 200 monkey nuts in stock at any given time, and it takes a long time for that stock to refill. So you will be hopping a lot throughout this 1 hour. I believe I did hop back to an original world one time throughout this video. After I cleared out the first stock of 200, I went to another world, and then after I cleared out that stock, I went back to the previous world. And in that time that it took me to clean out the second shop, I believe there was only 2 monkey nuts in stock in the other one. So you're definitely gonna have to be going through all these worlds. Now, unfortunately, what that means is that if this moneymaker does rise in popularity, you might not be able to make as much money as I did today. Luckily, we didn't run into a single person buying monkey nuts, so we lucked out there. But again, if this becomes a regular thing and people are hopping around buying monkey nuts, it'll be a lot harder for you to make money off of this method. But I don't think I see this moneymaker rising that much in popularity, even though it's a pretty decent moneymaker. It does require you to have Monkey Madness 2 done, which is a pretty high requirement. And if you have that done, there are a bunch of other money making methods that you can do that will make you even more money, and that are a little more fun than this. I will say though that this moneymaker wasn't as bad as I previously thought it was going to be. Running around buying and banking stuff didn't really sound too fun, and again, it wasn't, but it wasn't entirely terrible either. It was kind of relaxing once you get the hang of it, once you get into the mood of grinding it out and you kind of do it without even thinking. It becomes pretty chill. But I do want to state again that there are a lot more moneymakers that you can do that will make you more money than this. But for what it is a relatively low effort moneymaker, and if you're just not really feeling like PVMing, this might be for you. And with that being said, we have finished our 1 hour of buying monkey nuts, and we finished with 6,235 monkey nuts that is currently worth 754,000 GP. So not bad for just buying and banking from a shop. We can now go ahead and go to the GE, where I will put the monkey nuts in for a higher than market price, because as you can see, the actively traded price is currently at 156. So I will go ahead and put them in there. Now, the reason that I am doing this is because I want to maximize the total profit that we can make. And since we have such a high volume of monkey nuts, even increasing it by 1 GP is going to give us an extra 6,000 GP. So it's definitely worth it to try and get the most money out of your high volume items. And right now, the clip that you were looking at is about 6 hours after I put the monkey nuts in the GE. Currently, they all haven't sold yet, but as you can see, a good amount of them have sold, and eventually they will all go through. So I'll leave them in there for 156, and eventually we will get 972,660 GP. Now again, I don't recommend putting them in there for the market price. I definitely recommend putting them in there for a little bit higher, closer to the actively traded price, so that you can truly maximize the profit per hour. With a high volume item like this, you really want to put it in there for a good price. And don't worry, they will eventually sell. So now we can go ahead and calculate the total profit that we got from 1 hour of buying monkey nuts. So we subtract the cost of supplies, which was the money spent on the monkey nuts and the stamina potions, it is 84,682 GP. And if we subtract that from the total amount of money that we made, which is 972,660 GP, we will get a grand total profit of 887,978 GP. I'd say it's a pretty decent amount of money for the amount of effort that was required. Again, the only, I'd say, difficult thing about this moneymaker is the fact that you need Monkey Madness 2 completed. And if you have that completed, again, there are many different money making methods that will make you more money. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and if you did enjoy it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and possibly a subscription. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next video.